Super Mario Bros. Wonder, mamma mia, it's a me, Savior. Yeah. And no, I haven't been ingesting a bunch of magic mushrooms like my boy Mario and Luigi over here.
That looks very nice.
You know the thing I like about mushrooms, Mario?
What do you like about the mushrooms, Luigi?
They smell like a daisy pussy.
Oh, is a daisy putting out for you?
Not so much these days.
How's it going? Welcome back to another majestic video with, of course, the one and only, the host, the Savior. That's right. Now, make sure that you do go down below and subscribe. Yes, I'm asking you before we even get into the video, because that's how confident I am that my videos here are some pretty top-notch stuff, okay? Trust me, if you want to be a part of something great, then just simply subscribe. It only takes you 2 seconds, and that's the only thing I ask in this whole video because it just means so much to me, okay? I'm so passionate about building this community. I work super hard on all of my content. I care about giving you the best quality content that I can provide, and you know, I post several videos a week, so simply subscribing does mean absolutely everything to me because I just love seeing our community grow. And I'm going to start a community show as well where, you know, I get you guys involved. So sound off in the comments, let me know your opinions about this game, Mario, and just gaming in general. And yeah, let's just build this community together. So today we're going to be talking about Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and today I'm going to be giving you my Super Mario Bros. Wonder review. This Super Mario Bros. Wonder game review, and yes, it is based on early gameplay, but still, I can't tell you all the ins and outs. Obviously, there's going to be surprises along the way, but I just want to give you a Super Mario Bros. Wonder review based on like the core gameplay and what I know so far and all that kind of stuff. I've got my extensive notes here, so let's get into it. Unlike Assassin's Creed, okay, this is actually a return to the roots formula for fans of Mario 2D, and I absolutely love Mario games. I think they are innovative, they are creative, and they never get old, okay, because, you know, they're timeless. I can go back and play, you know, Super Mario on, you know, for Wii, I can go and play Mario 64, and it never gets old because they completely pioneered the 3D genre and 2D as well. So, you know, they are pretty revolutionary in just gaming in general, and what I love about Mario, and especially, you know, games like Mario Odyssey, for example, is just how they continue to push the envelope forward. They continue to pioneer and, you know, actually experiment with gameplay, and that's so important because I'm always ranting and raving about how stale modern day gaming is, okay? You know, big studios not taking any creative risks, kind of following a checklist now. It feels very corporatized. It feels more about just trying to get as much money as possible. Nintendo, say what you will about them, yes, they are kind of left behind when it comes to technology and, you know, the innovations of that side of gaming. You can tell it's a game made by gamers, okay? They are putting fun gameplay first beyond anything else, and that's what gaming should be about, okay? It's not supposed to be a movie cinematic experience, long-winded dialogue. Of course, it's good to have some games like that, but when every game is just basically copy and pasting the same shit and it's regurgitating, or it's just an endless remake of something that used to be good and they just turn it to a complete hollow corporate shell, that's where I have a problem, and it's most transparent with open world games. But Mario, thank God, is not like that, okay? And this is a classic return to its roots, unlike Assassin's Creed Mirage, okay? So with this Super Mario Bros. Wonder review, I'm going to break down the gameplay and talk about some things that you probably do not know about this game before release. And basically, what I think that really changes this up compared to other Mario games is the fact that you are actually interacting much more with the level itself. You're not just going through the stage, these level stages, okay? You are actually interacting with the levels, and they are changing based on your input, and that's what makes the gameplay feel super fresh and innovative compared to any other Mario game before. It's so crazy how many Mario games they've actually made, but they continue to grow and develop on the Mario formula, and basically this is a perfect balance of Mario Odyssey and the older Mario 2D games. And yes, it is 2D, but there is like a 3D dimension to it because basically, you know, you actually have layered gameplay. You can actually play in the background of some levels, which is super cool, and it really just brings in that immersion and, you know, like you're really in the levels. And then you can also, of course, play in the foreground. There's also, you know, these map overworlds that you can mess around with. And if you truly do care about what I'm doing and how I try and be as transparent as possible, you know, I'm never going to be a paid shill or anything like that, and just give you my raw, honest takes on gaming and just media and life in general. That's what I try and do, call out the BS, and you know, make people as wise as possible when it comes to pretty much anything in life. If you really like that, then do support what I'm doing here and become a member to get extra content and benefits. So now I'm going to go into the positives and the negatives. That's how I like to do all of my reviews. If you are new, that's just how I like to structure them, because it's better than giving you a BS number at the end of the video. It tells you nothing. And there are pretty much, on my notes here, it's all goddamn positives, okay? They are all positives. Yeah, I don't even have a single negative, which is pretty insane. That's very rare for any review that I do. And obviously, it's not a perfect game, okay? There's no such thing as a perfect game. But you have to remember that Mario is focusing in on Mario, okay? It's a Mario game. It's not trying to be, you know, like some kind of cinematic retelling of Mario and his origins or some bullshit like that, which is what we would get from other developers. This is just another good, fun Mario 2D game, and it's just a lot of fun. So in that aspect, it nails everything that it does. So of course you can nitpick and say that there are some things that, you know, they could have done, but as it stands, it's the perfect Mario 2D platformer game. I think it's the best one that I've ever played. So the first positive is the art style, okay? The art style here is just simply breathtaking. The graphics all look very nice and vibrant and fluffy, but what I really care about is the attention to detail. The fact that you can just interact with the environment and your character is constantly doing these little animations, you know, the way you pull out your cap when you're flying and gliding around, the way the enemies interact with each other and the character that you play as, all of that stuff is just done so well. There's always so much to look at on screen, but it's all going by so fast that you can't really take it in. And I really do like the combination of 3D and 2D gameplay here. Obviously, it's not like completely 3D like it is in Super Mario Odyssey, but it does feel like they took the lessons learned from Mario Odyssey and transferred it into a 2D Super Mario's game. So the best thing about this game so far, I have to say, is the Wonder Flowers, okay? And this is what changes it from every other Mario game before, and it's just such a clever system, okay? I just love how Nintendo is focusing on gameplay and actually innovating gameplay ideas, mechanics. That's what keeps a game feeling fresh, is constantly introducing new gameplay mechanics. And I just don't know why games have stopped caring about that kind of thing, you know. Every new level or every new unlock that you get is something new. That's how gaming should be. And yeah, it just nails it. So for Wonder Flowers, basically these will give you random abilities, and this is what actually changes up the level, so the level actually, you know, it's like a goddamn acid trip, okay? Things will move, things will come alive, you know, you can basically become inflated and be like a giant ball and float around. You can do high jumps now, where you can jump super high up. You can also get, you know, punishing abilities where it actually punishes you. So, for example, you can't actually jump at all, or, you know, your jump is very low gravity, stuff like that. So there's lots of different ways that these flowers actually interact and change the gameplay. And basically, you know, like I said, these items come to life, so normal objects before would then actually transform the level, so then maybe you could get to a certain platform that you couldn't before and then unlock more parts of the level. There's like stampedes that come through, zero gravity, so much stuff, you know, and obviously I can't spoil anything more than that, but it's pretty crazy. The elephant that you can transform into has some big old daddy vibes, okay, if you know what I'm saying. And I just love the mustache, I love the big dad bod, it's just perfect, okay? And it's not just that, of course, we have the drill hat where you can go down into the earth itself, and, you know, certain objects can only be broken with a drill hat, which is pretty cool. We have new creative ones as well, like bubble, so, you know, you blow out these bubbles and they can actually go through certain objects as well, which is pretty cool. And I love the fact that each of these power-ups basically, you know, gives you new opportunities to interact with the level, find, you know, hidden collectibles that you need to get if you want to actually unlock, you know, better stuff. And basically it changes how you interact with enemy types. So for example, as the elephant, you are much bigger and much stronger So maybe you can't jump as high, but you can actually push objects, and then this will change up the gameplay that way, because then you can make, like, for example, a staircase, or you can crush enemies to death. And of course, the whole goal here is to basically collect wonder flowers and wonder seeds. And I really love the fact this is another big positive, a small one, but it's a big change to the gameplay. They've actually taken off the time limit, which is something I always felt a little bit pressured by with the other games. And yeah, it does add a nice feeling of like, oh, you know, we need to hurry, but sometimes you just want to explore the level, you know, especially when you're trying to collect all that stuff. And I think they did that this time because they've added so much stuff. You know, there's a lot more backtracking, so it's much more of like a little mini world that you can explore than just a set level where you go one direction, you know. Because there is some light Metroidvania elements to this game where basically if you have certain abilities, certain power-ups, then you can go back and interact with the level that way. We also have new charging enemy types, you know, like these big rhinoceros. We also have these new enemy types like the rhinos or whatever the hell they are, which charge at you. We have the mormors and we have the mumsies. Okay, so a lot of new enemy types, and you have to think about how you interact with them, how you defeat them. And again, they can also change up the level design. So for example, the mumsies, you actually have to pull up on their cloth, and this will, because they're a very tall enemy type, and this will basically bring them down and destroy them. And the mormors have like giant gaping big old puss. We also do have little, just like the Mario caves and stuff like that before, we do have extra mini kind of levels that you can unlock by exploring the overworld. And basically the map, it is actually kind of explorable, which is pretty cool, and that's where the 3D element kind of comes in. It's more top down. The Flower Kingdom has a lot of secrets to discover, lots of mini games, and basically you really need to focus on, you know, finding these purple coins, and there's, you know, lots of new currencies involved in this, and they all unlock certain different things. And also I love the fact that Mario is focusing again on, you know, gameplay modifiers, because if you want easy mode, you can do that by playing as certain characters, but if you want a more hardcore experience, and this is so much fun, especially with friends, of course, or, you know, playing with your partner or whoever, it's just super fun. But basically, you know, now you can really challenge yourself if you add on these extra gameplay modifiers, which change up the level even more than, you know, just playing it the traditional way. So Super Mario Bros. Wonder is actually quite a challenge. It just depends how much of a challenge you want it to be, and I think that's perfect. And it basically fixes all of the issues I had with the, you know, kind of original Super Mario Bros. Because now you can take your time, the levels do feel more like mini worlds, and of course with every other Mario game that's ever come into existence, the music is just top notch, the coziness is just top notch, and if you're just looking for a fun game to play, you know, solo or with friends, then this is basically the perfect platformer. And, you know, it's just nice to see gaming return to its roots. And I think Nintendo, even though they are behind when it comes to technology and, you know, pushing photorealistic graphics and all that bullshit, you know, they, at the end of the day, they know how to make good quality games, and it's not about high graphics, it's not about, you know, trying to replicate movies, which modern day gaming is so obsessed about. I'm not saying Nintendo makes the best games ever made, but they are certainly good at innovating, and that's certainly what we need more of in the gaming industry. So that is my Super Mario Bros. Wonder review. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're planning to play this game. Let me know if you're a fan of Nintendo, because like I said, they do feel left behind with some aspects, but their main franchise, like Zelda or Mario, then, you know, they know what they're doing. I just wish they, you know, kind of pushed the envelope forward with other things. But this is just a nice, refreshing break from big, bloated open world games, and there's no like greedy microtransactions going on or anything like that. And yeah, it's just nice to see gaming finally this year has finally got back on track, and I'm excited to cover more of it and discuss other topics and different video ideas. The Save Your Saturday show is finally coming out soon, so if you have any questions, just leave them down below in the comments for me. And yeah, make sure you do subscribe if you are a new one here, and I look forward to reading your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace out.